just mentioned. And so, Alma, over to you.
Good morning. How are you?
Doing fine.
I ask people how they're doing, and I expect a genuine response, even when I talk to the commander. So, before I get started, I do want to thank everybody who set up this entire hangar as an auditorium. Can we get a round of applause for PA? You guys did an awesome job. And I need a clicker. So, before I roll into the resiliency stuff and the mindfulness, I want to tell you guys a story. Now, when I created this PowerPoint, I was thinking about how to deliver a message that you guys hadn't heard before, right? Who likes to have their time wasted? Okay. I don't. So, you guys know I used to be a cop, right? Security forces. Where are my cops? All right. Long time ago in a galaxy far away, the mid-90s to 94 to 99, I was security police before it was security forces. Now that's going to play into my story. Now, fortunately for me, in this role as your DPH, I was afforded the opportunity of going to Lackland this past March with some of our wonderful first sergeants. And the purpose of my attending this was to visit with some of our airmen in training, to check in, see how they're doing. You know, that sort of thing was very informal. But a bonus part of that was that I got to attend a graduation. How many people besides the one that you were actually in have actually been to a basic training graduation? It's pretty cool, right? I didn't get one. I graduated, but we had tornadoes in the area at the time, so I didn't get to have a parade. And the really cool part about it was it was 25 years to the day of my first day of basic training. So I'm having these emotional, sentimental moment with watching the airmen march by, right? And they're in cadence and they look so sharp. And so again, it's been 25 years, so I'm a mom now. And I'm getting into this emotional headspace. I'm feeling very proud of these airmen. And like, that was me once upon a time, a long time ago, right? So I'm watching them, and they start to file out onto the parade ground in perfect lines, right? Just perfectly. I mean, you could snap a string between them. And they didn't say anything for a minute. We're watching, and then the TIs come out, and they start having them recite this. Now, I don't know when the Airmen's Creeds came about. I don't know. I assume it was probably early 2000s, maybe, yes or no, I don't know. We didn't have that when I was in. So again, keep in mind, I was in that emotional headspace, but I don't have a connection to this from an emotional place. Do you see what I'm saying? So I'm listening to it. This is new for me. This is a new theme. It's cool. They're very proud of it. You can see that they've worked really hard at this. And as they're calling this out in perfect echo, in perfect succession, they get to the last line. And above everything else, and they yell it louder than everything else they'd already been saying, I will not fail. I'm in mom brain. I'm not in social worker brain. I'm in mom brain. What do you think I thought about that? Nobody has any thoughts about this? I have some concerns, and I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, wait a minute, these are young airmen. Why are we teaching them to say, I will not fail? Why are we doing that? So that's where my head was. I'll admit it. And I realized that I'm feeling judgmental. I'm feeling, a little bit defensive, so I take a deep breath. You guys can do that too, you know. In through the nose, open up the chest. And so, tell myself, Alma, let's think about this. Slow my thought process down. And I get into my social worker brain. Well, this said I will not fail. They didn't say I won't make mistakes. Correct? So we're going to start looking at this a little differently. So I'm up here today as a mom, as your social worker, but also as a human being and somebody who I feel is important to be vulnerable to you, to demonstrate what it means to say, I will not fail. And this is my promise to each and every one of you today. I will always be willing to do my best for myself and for you. Every day is going to be different. Your ability is going to change from day to day, just like mine. I promise I will communicate as clearly as I possibly can in all areas of my life. That includes my personal life as well. It's a struggle sometimes. I'm sure we've both been there. I will always be willing to help my wingman. That's an easy thing to say, right? I mean, nobody's going to say, I'm not willing. We're all willing. Sometimes we don't know what to do. Sometimes we're not the right person to help that person that comes and talks to us. I'm not always going to be the right person for you to talk to. I promise you that if you come and talk to me because you're struggling finding somebody to come and help you mow the grass, I'll try and help you find somebody to do that for you. That's a promise. I will know my limits, and I will ask for all areas of my life. That's the hard part about wingmanship, is knowing what your limits are. Knowing when you need to take a knee. Knowing when you raise your hand and you say, I need some help. I get there. I will not fail means you keep trying. You just don't give up. Don't hang it up. Ask for help. We all get overwhelmed. We all question our worth. That's me too, by the way. We wonder if we're enough. I can assure you that you are. Every person in here today is enough. It's the epitome of resiliency, is to ask for help. But how do you know when to do that? How can you be resilient if you're overwhelmed all the time? If you wake up first thing in the morning and your head is racing, got to let the dog out, got to make the coffee, got to take a shower. How much time do I have? What day is it? What's traffic going to look like? And so on and so forth. How many people do that every morning? Right? You sleep in just a little bit longer, push an extra 5 minutes into your morning routine. It's okay. All I'm asking you to do today is to just dial it back. Mindfulness. Just like when I was sitting there at that parade ceremony at the graduation, and I'm thinking, I don't like them screaming this I will not fail business. All right, catch yourself, Alma. Don't lose it, right? Being present, that's all it is. It's all it is. I would have asked everybody to bring in a yoga mat, but we don't have room in here, so just kidding. That's at the next commander's call. Mindfulness slows down those racing thoughts. When you first wake up in the morning, the only thing that I would challenge you to do right now is when you put your feet on the floor, would you just take one long, deep breath. Give yourself pause. And give those racing thoughts some pause. Do that at work. It's going to help you focus. It's going to help you to be able to identify when you do need to ask for help, when you do need to communicate with your leadership. I won't get into the parasympathetic nervous response, but I know a lot of you guys know what that is, right? So if you take a deep breath and it pushes your diaphragm down, it actually pushes down the vagus nerve, which calms you down. Science has proven it. So if you feel stressed, taking a deep breath is scientifically proven to work to calm you down. Mindfulness is just focusing on that breath. I'm not saying that I'm up here giving you a magic wand of curing all of your stress. That's not going to happen. But if you have the tools to bring back and to not magnify unnecessary stressors, then we want that. We want that for you. We want you to have those skills. So it slows everything down for you. It's a key part of resilience. Just be mindful, be in the moment, take a break, ask for help. Think about what you want to communicate before you say it. And it's okay to reach out. It's easy to be a good wingman for other people. It's harder to ask for help. I'm just telling you it's okay. I'm here for you. Your leadership is here for you as well. You guys know how to reach me, right? You guys get your riddles? I know I'm behind on the riddles, so. I appreciate you. I want you to have a safe wingman day, and take care of each other. Take care of yourself, too. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Alma. Really appreciate it.